Hello. This is going to be a fairly brief audio session in order to try and install a habit of some type, to form just a routine that you can find yourself doing very easily, very simply, and subconsciously. All we're going to do throughout this session is I'm going to hypnotize you, and I'm going to give you the idea to just tap 2 fingers on the back of your hand when you feel calm. And after a while, this association, this anchoring, as it's called, will allow you to just pull back that feeling of relaxation. And all we're going to do is just start by relaxing now. All I'd like you to do is get into a comfortable position where you can find yourself just nice and slowly breathing in and out, and just like that, just so simple. For while we're listening, while you're focusing, while you're finding yourself just drifting away, all that's needed is a bit of attention. All that you need to do is find yourself just focused on one thing. And if you breathe nice and slowly, if you notice yourself breathing in and out, if you recall that sensation again and again and again, we can allow ourselves to drift, because focusing on one thing like this allows our brain to slip over little details in other things, little tiny suggestions that I might make, like noticing your breathing just nice and slow and feeling that relaxation it draws into you, noticing the cadence of my voice as well, the gaps I leave between words, and noticing just how comfortable you are right now, noticing that slouch that might be developing, or how everything just wants to lay at your sides. All fine, of course. And what I'd like for us to do, what I'd like for you to notice, is my words just spinning around. All those background sounds can die away, because right now, after listening to my voice so much, it's an almost implicit suggestion in your head that you can find yourself drifting when you find yourself so nice and comfortable. And what I'd like to do, what I'd like to find ourselves focusing on, is that feeling of relaxation, that feeling, that pull through our bodies. And it doesn't have to be progressive, it doesn't have to be from one end to the other. It can be a memory of a time you're incredibly relaxed. Or it can be the anticipation, that pull down towards that comfort that you crave. Either way is fine. Just more relaxed than now. And listening to yourself, listening to my voice, noticing your body breathing nice and slowly, noticing those eyes so heavy behind those eyelids, and not really noticing when you closed your eyes, when those slow blinks just developed into your eyes, just dropping close, into your mind, just falling away. You didn't really notice when you started to enter trance, did you? You didn't really recall that first dip, that moment, almost a watershed, where your mind just started to allow my words to have the tiniest bit of influence over it. But the thing is, everyone has influence over everyone else. Every little conversation we have is remapping your brain in a tiny way. Just right now, there's nowhere else to remap. I'm just talking directly to a small part of your brain. A small part of a small part of your brain. A tiny part of your subconscious. Because you've allowed me to. You've allowed me to slip past. You've allowed me in. And you're allowing yourself to focus on the words that matter. On the words that I draw attention to. On the words that I pull you towards. Just so nice and easy to focus on those words. To find them drawing you in. Nice and easily. And it doesn't have to be that the words just pull you away. It can be that they just remind you of something. Just noticing them flickering by. Almost like they're just little words written down across your brain. And of course, you don't have to read all of them. You just need to read the ones that you focus on, the ones that draw your attention in, allowing it like this, allowing yourself like this to float away, to drift on down. But ever so often, a word will just catch your attention, and you'll notice that you've dropped even further. You'll notice that your attention has fallen away, nice and far. And what I'd like for us to do, what I'd like to just do with you, to catch your attention even more, is something classic, something that I'm sure anyone who's been around hypnosis for a while will recognize. The idea of a countdown, the idea of numbers just shifting from 10 to 9, 9 to 8, how we can draw that anticipation, how we can draw that focus, and those words just building up in your head as it fills up from 8 to 7, and from 7 to 6. And really, if I'm just counting from 2s, I could really be on 3 right now. If I was just counting from 5 to 4 and 4 to 3. But that's okay. Because it's all about intent with this, and I find that if we're going from 5 to 4 like this, if we're noticing that falling away, that pattern just slipping out of grip. Because did I, in that last little bit, did I go from 6 to 7, or from 7 to 6, down from 6 to 5, or did I just skip 7 entirely? And that's okay if you don't know. It's alright. Because the important thing is that you're focusing on my words. You're not focusing on the numbers themselves. They can just go from 4 to 3. They can keep on drifting down, and your focus can keep drifting away. The important thing is you're focused on my voice. You're focused on my words. You're focused on this intent, this communication from me to you. And the intent of me going from 2 downwards. The intention of me pulling you away, pulling that little bit of a pattern where you would have expected me to say from 2 to 1, and you would have dropped. You would have slipped away, just leaving there. But that's okay, because right now I can count down from 3 to 2 to 1, and it will allow you to drop even further, because you've had that anticipation. You've had that little gasp, that little bit of noticing my words spinning in and around your head. And with that, I would like for you to just realize how little you're thinking, how little words are popping into your head, except for the words that just come from my voice, from this communication from one to another. And that's wonderful. Because allowing yourself to focus, allowing yourself to truly listen like this, can allow yourself to be nice and deep for me. And all I'd like for us to do together is what we discussed a few minutes ago. I'd just like for that hand of yours, right or left, it doesn't matter, just tap the other one on the back. Nice and simple. And when you do so, I'd like for you to imagine all of that relaxation that you're feeling right now. How nice it feels to be nice and blank and empty. To just flow from one hand into another, just amplifying it, just reminding you of it. And it doesn't have to be mindless calm. It doesn't have to be hypnotized calm. You can find yourself just tapping, just pulling that calm into your awareness, and the action that you need to do to just remind yourself of it. Just a tap, just a stroke, just noticing those fingers, just touching that tiny bit of pressure, and that can anchor that feeling with you. Nice and easily, nice and simply. The idea of just doing it again and again, while nice and calm, nice and relaxed, and that can draw your attention. Because all we're going to do now is we're going to draw you up through just counting back the other way. So from 1 to 2, I'd just like for you to notice how warm your hand felt on the other one. How nice it felt to just tap. Just so easy. From 3 to 4, how easy it would be to just do this, nice and automatically, nice and simply, from 5 to 6, just whenever you feel calm, even once you end this trance, once you find those focused thoughts of yours coming back, once that internal monologue comes back and forth, if it's not already, from 7 to 8, you can hear it now, reminding you of how nice that felt, and just how nice it would be to just confirm that relaxation by just tapping again, nice and simply, from 9 to 10, and everything just coming back, all your attention just coming back. Your eyes might be open by now, or you can allow them to just stay shut. Either way, it's your choice. Unsuggested. It's a way for you to pull your attention from one thing to that calm, to that relaxation, to that ease of allowing ourselves to drift like that. And right now, you're feeling quite calm, aren't you? So why not give it a try? Why not find it just becoming a habit, day after day, in that calm moment before sleep, or just when you find yourself just nice and comfortable, maybe after getting home from work, to just give a simple tap on your hand, and nice and easily you'll find yourself reminded, you'll find yourself pulled, because reminders themselves can remind us of the thing we set them for, but also the reason why we set them. It doesn't have to be the same thing. It can be that we feel anxious and we tap our hand to just remind ourselves of that comfort, or it can be that we feel comfortable and that reminds us to just tap our hand, just drawing it into a nice circle. And that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed. Truth is, I'd recorded this entirely before and forgotten to press the record button. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Enjoy.